What it do? Bedtime crew. Amen. Listen, tonight, I guess, I'm going to be breaking down, giving my recap, my reaction for UFC OKC that just went down. Usman versus Dricus. Great card, honestly. I have to update this main event because I am, in fact, now 14-9. I picked Dricus. We'll get to him at the end of the video. Shout out Fatima Kline. Oh my god. I'm smiling just thinking of her, dude. Holy smokes. Shout out Tommy McMillan, too. He doesn't make me smile, but I mean, that fight was spectacular. Let's get into the first fight of the night. Anna Melisano versus Deone Barboza. No shit. I said this in my prediction video. If you're losing on tough, I can't imagine you're good, considering the people who win on tough aren't good. Deone Barboza just fucking ragdolls her, subs her around. Pretty easy, standing rear naked. Good for Barboza, I guess. This was kind of like not fair, though. So I don't really rate it too much. Anna Melisano might not even be UFC level on the feet. Like, I genuinely don't know. She definitely isn't on the mat. Just sad, sad matchmaking here. But, good for Barboza. Next up, RJ Harris versus Alvin Hines. This is one of the ones I got wrong. I started pretty shaky, actually. I went 9-3 on the card. But I could have done better, man. RJ, I know 9-3 is objectively, like, good, but there are some spots like this one. This one was bad, dude. RJ Harris literally just uppercuts him off his feet. He gave Alvin Hines literal airtime. I saw Alvin Hines collecting points like he was a fucking Skate 3 character, getting air at Super Ultra Mega Park. Alvin Hines just hops off the roids all of a sudden, has no chin. That Minnesota grit only works when you're on performance enhancers, apparently. RJ Harris, one of the underdogs to win on this card. A lot of people picked him, and I was not one of them. It was an okay performance. He looked pretty good. He had a pretty sweet Octagon interview, if you want to go watch it. Not much to talk about. Alvin Hines is kind of just a jobber. He was hammering low kicks early. I was like, ooh, dude, he's going to craft it up. RJ Harris can't defend a low kick. And then the guy with the tank top tan uppercut Goozy off his feet. We all still like Goozy, but my god, he is not good at fighting. Next up, speaking of not good at fighting, both of these guys are jobbers. The nerve of Alden Correa to be minus 1100 and lose a round, arguably to Stuart Little. It's preposterous. Correa, it's not even that he looked bad. He just didn't do good enough. He fought like a Peyton Talbot with no power. He was just flicking jabs. He would get Nickel backed up and then just pop him with a jab and then back up. It's like, stay on him, dude. Where's the Joshua Van? You know what I mean? Where's the flow? I tweeted, he's not a natural striker, this guy Correa. He has good grappling. He's a good scrambler. He won basically every scramble against Nickel. But, my gosh. Put hands on this guy. Nickel stands like Ayman Zahabi with like less testosterone. It's insane how shit Stuart Nickel is. And defensively irresponsible. And Alden Correa just still couldn't find any big shots at all. He was getting tagged. He backs up in a straight line, doesn't move his head. We might have learned something about Correa, and that something is that he's not that good. Very underwhelming is an understatement, dude. This guy might not be ranked level at 115, which is saying something because Mitch fucking Raposo apparently is a top 10 flyweight. Next up, Ezra Elliott taking on Damian Anderson. I actually got this one, crafty underdog pick by me. Damian Anderson's just too small. A lot of people are shitting on Ezra Elliott, calling him like a weight bully because he missed weight. Short notice at his actual weight class. I think it's excusable. I do. And honestly, I think this is a horrible matchup for him, dude. A higher level black belt than he is, who can defend every submission. That Darce was in, dude. Against a lot of other 45ers, that Darce is in, and he holds them. But Damian Anderson is a very high-level grappler. They're both very mid on the feet. But Ezra Elliott's wrestling, his chain wrestling, his ability to stay on top is genuinely some of the best in the division. And he's super young. He's decent size for the division. I think this guy's going to be a problem. Which isn't the consensus take. A lot of people are hating on him, like I said, but I think this is a... I don't want to say a great performance, but he looked good given the style matchup. This is a tough matchup, dude. Damian Anderson looked better than I thought. The commentary on this fight was bananas, dude. They were talking... Ezra Elliott was ragdolling this guy for 15 straight minutes. And they were like, he's going to gas out, man. Damian Anderson's going to take over as this fight goes on. That's what he's waiting for. Any opportunity they got, they'd be like, Anderson, look at how he's staying composed in these situations as he's getting darsed. It's like, DC, shut your bitch ass up, low key. Good performance by Elliott, dude. I'll say good performance. I think people are going to be surprised when he goes on a run at 145 of all, like, first-round submissions, dude. He's about to go on a generational run, and I am going to predict all of it because I'm a genius. Next up, Jesus Christ. Speaking of I'm a genius, I got this wrong. Levi Rodriguez is useless once the fight's on the ground. His initial takedown defense isn't bad, but Felipe Franco ground and pound TKOs him halfway through the second round. It was just... If Levi Rodriguez is fighting and he's on his back, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad, bro. It just is. Felipe Franco, I'm still not sold on. I'm seeing people talk higher about Felipe Franco than they are about Ezra Elliott, bro. They're like, Felipe Franco might be a real contender. I can see him reaching the top 5 of light heavyweight. Dude, he was getting pieced up on the feet by a fat guy named Levi. And then ground and pounded him. People said early stoppage. It wasn't. Levi Rodriguez is a turtle off his back. He's not getting up. Good stoppage, but unimpressive from... I don't think either of these two are UFC level. Especially, obviously, Rodriguez. He's not good at all. And like Hines, he's coming off the roids and he looks awful. Shocker. So I got this one wrong. I got the Hines one wrong. And then I got this one wrong. This one I'm not as mad about because there's a world where Suk-Hyun Ko gets this decision. But Jean-Paul, lesbian Nazi, I was going to say chins him. He doesn't. He actually lost a lot of the striking exchanges, but he started to get his reads as the fight went on, crafts up a decision. Razor close. You can give it to Ko. I think Labosniani won. But Suk-Hyun Kid's just... He's just so, like every other Korean, defensively irresponsible. He just exits the pocket, Lonnie Kavanaugh maxing, basically, with his hands by his cock and balls. And if Jean-Paul would have just done a Drickus impression and spammed head kicks, he probably would have chinned this guy. I'm not entirely impressed by JPL here, but, you know, he can win some fights at welterweight. I think he's small. I don't love his offensive wrestling that much. He has good timing, but I don't think he's going to have too much success on the ground. I don't even want to say that, dude. He's just so meh. But good for Jaden Cable. He keeps a friend. JPL's not going to switch up on him because he lost. And you know, when Jaden Cable's happy, I'm happy. Right? Because we love Jaden Cable. There's not much to say about the fight. Suk-Hyun Ko failed takedowns. He kind of just spammed shot. It was a very sloppy, unimpressive fight from both of them, in my opinion. Very low level, in my personal opinion. I think Jacob from We Want Picks said high level fight from both of them, which is muy interesante. Austin Bashi versus Jose... Jose Delgado. You know how MMA Guru says we need IQ listed on the tail of the tape? This guy, Jose Miguel Delgado, might be the dumbest to ever do it. This guy is such a drone. He's putting belt to ass on Bashi on the feet. And in round 3, I swear on everything I love, God may strike me down if I'm lying, he shoots his head into like 2 different guillotines. Just for fun. You're not taking down Bashi, you moron. And even if you do, then what? What are you going to do on top of Austin Bashi? JMD is such a dumb fuck. But he looked good on the feet. He kind of fights like Prates. He has the same flow, hands down, leads with that left hand. Likes to step in knees against the fence, especially. But my God, dude, he's gonna shoot his head into a guillotine or flop to his back, rant like he's just not an intelligent fella. I'm not on the train. His, I think he beat Nathaniel Wood. Ain't you Nathaniel beat? I think he beat Nathaniel Wood. I think he's on what 4-0 now in the UFC, and his last three against Wood, Feely, and Bashi. He's just done things that make me hesitant to call him a high level contender, or at least a high level prospect to keep your eye on. Because he's like we'll get to later, CLD, he's borderline trying to lose. It's very bizarre. But yeah, on the prelims, what did I go? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3. Yeah, I went 4 and 3, and then I swept the main card, by the way. Starting with fight of the night, unanimously agreed upon, it has to be Tommy Mack, Tommy Guns, McMillan, Tony Montana versus Ilia Tuptoro. Belt to ass, dude. This is basically just 13 minutes of Alberto Montes backing up and just going bald. He got progressively balder as the fight went on. I don't know what the phenomenon of that is. That's strange, but that did in fact happen. Every time McMillan hit him, his hair follicles dissipated. It was strange. But yeah, dude, McMillan backs up his yap. Just belt to ass, dude. I'm not saying he didn't have trouble. He got dropped a few times. He got dropped with a jab, dropped with a left hook. But this guy, dude, this guy McMillan can back up his shit. You have people moving the goalposts now saying, oh, dude, when he fights someone good, though, he is getting chinned. That's what they were saying about Montez. They were like, Montez is too technical, front headlock game, blah, blah, blah. And realistically, dude, who did you guys think Montez was? This isn't fucking Charles Oliveira, dude. This isn't Arman Sarukian. He has no offensive wrestling. He wins when people panic shoot on him. McMillan, no joke, was closer to getting a front choke this fight than Montez. He took Montez down, or Montez fell off balance in round 1. I don't remember what round, but Montez fell off balance and McMillan jumped on a Darce. It was all McMillan. Montez won like a minute total of the fight. McMillan was ripping the body. He has good shot selection. His mechanics are bad, but when he gets in his flow, like halfway through round 1, his shot selection is great. Rips to the body. He is obviously defensively irresponsible, but that's just, that's just the price you gotta pay when you fight like a badass. I mean, how do you not give this kid 2 bonuses? I don't know who got the bonuses, but McMillan had to have gotten fight of the night. Good for Montez. He stuck it out long enough to get an extra 100K. Other bonuses, Fatima Kline, dude. I'm cheesing just thinking about her. Oh my God. I don't know if she's going to get a bonus because she didn't get a finish. But dude, when it comes to the most impressive performance of the entire night, objectively, it's Fatima Kline. And I know I glazed her a shit ton coming into this fight, and I predicted her by 30-27. It was more dominant than I even pictured it would be. And just look online, it's not just me glazing. People are calling her the best fighter in the world. I saw people say she's the female Piotr Jan. She would destroy Dern 10 out of 10 times, Kunith said. Fatima Kline is a genuine fucking problem, dude. And she's saving women's MMA. She fights like a dude. She fights like Piotr Jan. She was suplexing Tabitha Ritchie, sticking her tongue out at the camera. Dude, she was just on fire tonight. And I know Ritchie isn't the highest level of strawweight, but she's been up there forever, coming off a big win against, what's her name? That one girl that Jacob from We Want Pigs has a crush on. It'll come to me, Amanda Hebos, who Fatima Kline was meant to be fighting, and oh my good lord. If Fatima Kline versus Hebos went down, shit was going to get bad. This would have been a literal first-round finish, first minute. Fatima Kline's unbelievable. I don't even think it's an opinion. She is the best strawweight in the world, barring maybe Wei Li. What, they book her against Jandaroba next, dude? Really? Verna Jandaroba? What, Jillian Robertson, dude? Fatima Kline could fight Mackenzie Dern next weekend and win. She'd beat Dern 10 out of 10 times. She's better everywhere than everyone in this division. She's unbelievable, dude. I don't even want, she's so good. She is so good. Her striking is elite. Her hands are so crisp. Even in the pocket, she fights long. And then when you break through her kicking range, she's a better boxer than you. It's insane. She's a better wrestler than you. She has better jits. She's better everywhere than everybody. It's bananas watching her fight. She is a generational talent. And I don't say that about many prospects, dude. I am not high on many prospects. I'll pick them to win. I'll pick McMillan. I guess he was fighting a prospect. But like Peyton Talbot versus Barcelos. Like, yeah, he should have won and he was a locker or whatever. But even going into that fight, you just got to have hesitation on some prospects. I have no hesitation on Kline. She is without a doubt going to be the champion by this time next year, as long as this division stays active. And if Weili, I'm genuinely serious, if Weili's not in the picture, and I think I'd still pick her to beat Weili, but if Weili's not in the picture, she's going to go down as the women's GOAT. She just turned 26. She could get the belt end of the year if they give her a title shot. You know what I mean? Her versus Dern in December. What, dude, Dern's gonna beat her? Yeah, fucking right, buddy. Give me Kline by literally whatever she wants. I could spend the next 10 minutes glazing her. I won't. I might make a whole video just glazing Fatima Kline. Getting clips and shit. But next up, Chase Hooper, Mitch Ramirez. No shit. People were trying to be crafty with a Mitch Ramirez pick. I get it. And I by no means was confident in Chase Hooper, dude, but it's Mitch Ramirez. He gives his back up. Hooper can take the back. Hooper's a black belt. The whole breakdown going into this week should have been if Hooper shoots a takedown, he wins. If he doesn't, he loses. Hooper landed a couple left hands, shot a single leg, took the back. He went for the Grant Dawson rear naked grip where you don't go behind the head and you just grab your own tricep and squeeze your arms together or whatever. I don't know jiu-jitsu, dude. But that thing that Dawson just did to Rumbetsky. And I don't know if he got the finish with it, but he did try it, and I thought that was cool. Not much to break down. Hooper just insta-subbed him like I predicted. No, I didn't actually. Holy smokes, let me fucking slow down, dude. I'm still giddy talking about Fatima Kline. Fatima fucking Kline, dude. I picked Hooper by decision. I thought he'd just ride out back control, but no, he subbed him. Pretty stupid decision pick by me, but I got the pick right. And I got the pick right here. And I told you guys in my prediction video, I told you to not put your money on Duncan. He doesn't try to win fights. He can't keep getting away with this. He's going to lose eventually, and it's going to be pathetic. Duncan just can't help himself, dude. You know how good Duncan would be if he threw a 1-2 instead of spinning every 5 seconds? He was touching Jared at will with jabs. Every 1-2 he threw would land. And then he would hurt Jared, fair enough, with a spin. But then he would instantly jumping knee into the clinch and end up spending the next minute of the round there. He's just not an intelligent fighter. He's very... what's the word? He's unserious in there. When I watch him fight, this phrase comes out of my mouth minimum 10 times. This guy can't be serious. This guy's not dead ass. Unimpressive performance. You got to be chinning this version of Cannonier. Cannonier, dog tough. We know he's a dog. But he was getting wobbled every time you landed on him. How about instead of jumping into the clinch with a knee, you throw this thing called a 1-2-3? Right? Right, though? Because that would work. You fucking stupid bald moron. Fatima Kline should have been the co-main event. Fatima fucking Kline, dude. Fatima Kline. She should have been the co-main event. She should have been the fucking main event. That was the highest level fight. Not the highest level fight. The highest level fighter on the card was literally objectively Fatima Kline. Because what, dude? It's not fucking McMillan. And it wasn't Dricus and it wasn't Usman. I picked Dricus to win onto the main event. I picked Dricus to win. And he looked good. I haven't seen the general consensus on this fight, other than holy shit, Usman's washed. Which, yes, Usman is washed. And he's not a middleweight. That's why I picked Dricus. Usman's way too small. Usman really relies on being physically imposing. And you can't out-physically impose Dunkus Duplunkus, dude. And yeah, Kamaru Dean, no knees. Marty fake newsman, Usman. Holy smokes, his knees are shot. I'm seeing Artem on Twitter be like, I think he was actually just kidding and he's overplaying it and he's trying to sell us that his knees are bad. No, dude, his knees are cooked. And it's bad watching him move. It causes me pain. Like my knee starts to ache halfway through round 2 when I watch Usman fight. I'm like, damn, dude, stop. I don't think this is a good performance by Dricus. Kind of like the Cannoneer thing. I think this version of Usman, you got to get out of there. I think he was carrying him a bit. And not because he's a nice guy, just because he doesn't have good shot selection. He'd hurt Usman with a head kick and then stand there and then wing like a tarred jab at him and then go completely out of position. And then they'd have to reset in the center and then it would just be that all over again. At range, Dricus, the kicks were great. They're both horrible boxers, though. The fact that Dricus beat Strickland twice is baffling to me. Strickland should put belt to ass on this guy. I get how the kicks could be a problem, but Dricus boxes a lot. Dricus boxes a shit ton. He doesn't kick enough, actually. Strickland, I might pick Strickland in a trilogy if that ever happens in the future, and you guys know I don't think Strickland's even that good. I don't think anyone's good, dude. But yeah, I'm 14-9 on main events. I went 9-3 or whatever on this card. Tough-ish card to predict, I guess. Some people were on Ramirez, a lot of people on Montez, some people on Bashi. You know, it was an iffy card. I could see how you could go like 8-4, 7-5 even. That was my fear, dude. When I started 4-3, I was like, oh my gosh. Mitch Ramirez is getting chinned. Fatima Kline is getting smudged. Dricus is getting smudged. But it all worked out. Thank God. Dricus glazed God in his post-fight interview. I didn't even know he was one of them. Not that that's... I don't know why I said it like that. Ew, dude. What the heck? No. I don't know, dude. Usman's so washed. Dricus, you got to get him out of there. Really weird, sloppy fight. Dricus outstruck him for 5 rounds, and Usman had no wrestling success. And then had the nerve. He did the classic Usman faking eye pokes, faking nut shots, all that. Dricus probably should have KO'd him because he did hit him in the eye with the right hand. And then Usman turned around and said, "Ref, I got poked in the eye." And Kerry Atley's geriatric senile ass said, "Time, stop." It's like, whatever, dude. That should have been a KO for Dricus. But Fatima fucking Kline, dude. Fatima Kline brought it home. She brought it home for the true WMMA hardcores like me. She puts belt to ass on Dern, BTA on Robert. What's the kid's name? Robertson. BTA on, dude, what? Verna Jandaroba, Tatiana Suarez, Amanda Lemos. Oh my god, dude. You know what she would do to Tatiana Suarez on the feet? Oh my god. Fatima Kline. Fatima fucking Kline, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. And then, yeah, Dricus Usman, whatever, dude. But Fatima freaking Kline, man. Great card. Entertaining all around. If I was handing out bonuses, I'd give Fatima Kline 200K. I'd give McMillan 100K, and I'd give Montez enough to go to Turkey to get some plugs. And that's all I have to say for today, for tonight, whatever. See you next week for Abu Dhabi. Fucking Ankalaev, Guskov, kill me now. Follow my Twitter, subscribe, like, all that jazz. And does Bedtime have an intro or an outro? I copied his intro. I don't remember his outro. I have a crush on Fatima Kline.